Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you my brow routine. I'm a little bit hesitant to show you guys my brow routine because I feel like brows and the way you fill in your brows is such a personal thing. There's so many products out there, there's so many different methods, there's so many different brow looks that it can be really overwhelming, and some people are really into the way that they do it, but I just thought this would be something that I would share. In my opinion, this is very beginner friendly. If you are just starting out filling in your brows, I feel like the method that I'm about to show you is really easy and a good way to start. And then you can kind of experiment and figure out what products you like, what colors of products you like, what methods you like. But this is the method that's always worked for me, and I don't know, I feel like they look natural and defined and they just pull your face together. So if you are interested in watching this pretty easy, this beginner friendly eyebrow routine, then please stay tuned. Okay, so for this brow routine, I am going to be using the ColourPop Brow Boss. This is in the color Brunette. I'm also going to fill them in with a little bit of the powder from the Focallure Sculpt and Glow palette. And then the last thing I'm going to do is use the Anastasia Brow Wiz to kind of set all the brows. So the first thing I do is I will take a brow brush. Anything will do. The spoolie on the other side of your brow pencil will do just as good. Basically, you just want to brush all of your hair into the same direction before you even get started. So I'm just going to comb them out and make them keep going in the same direction. Alrighty, so once you have your brows brushed through, I'm gonna first go in with my brow pencil. So I basically use the brow pencil to find the shape of my brow. I've let my brows grow out to the point where I have a pretty good shape now, but I really like the look of a defined brow, so that's why I use the pencil first. Like I said, I'm using the ColourPop one today, but my favorite one is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Ash Brown. I've also used the Anastasia Brow Wiz before in the color Medium Brown. So whatever you have is fine. Pretty much what you want to look for in a brow pencil is just that it has a really fine tip, because you want to be able to mimic the strokes of hair. So there's a ton of brow products on the market, but I usually just go for a cheap brow pencil. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to first find the shape of the tail of the brow before I even start on the rest. So just defining that outer part of the brow. Okay, just like that. So once you have the tail, I just like to underline the natural shape of my brow. And I'm using very, very light pressure, and I'm just making short strokes so that it doesn't look like a harsh line, but you're gonna connect that line with the tail line. So just following the natural shape of my brow. I think when you kind of overdraw your brows or draw brows where they're not supposed to be, that's when it can start to look a little bit unnatural. So just by following that shape, your brows will look defined but natural. So once you've done the bottom part, you're just going to do the same with the top, using those same hair-like strokes, very soft pressure. And you're just going to connect that line with the tail as well. And by using soft pressure, you can, if you mess up in any way or you get pencil where you don't want it, it's easier to clean up or, erase, I guess, if you're using soft pressure rather than just like going right in with a very harsh line. And then, so once you have the top defined, you can kind of see the shape. I don't have hairs up here, but since I am following, like I do have hair here, so if I follow the line where my hair would be if I hadn't waxed the crap out of it in high school, I'm just following that line. So that's why you see that there. And then once you have the top defined, you're gonna want to do just very light strokes in the front to kind of bring that shape out. Like I said, I'm like barely touching my skin because I don't want it to be harsh looking. There you have it, the shape of my first brow. Okay, so because I don't have very dark hair, I don't have a lot of eyebrow hair, I do use my pencil to fill in the brows most of the way. So what I'll do is just use those same very soft hair-like strokes to kind of fill in the biggest parts of where my skin shows through, and then in a little bit I'll fill in the rest with powder. Sorry guys, my allergies are killing me. My nose will not stop running, my eyes will not stop watering. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I have most of the brow filled in. You can still see like part of the skin showing through, but that's okay. I'm gonna fill in the rest of the way with powder. So I'm gonna quickly do the other brow and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I have most of the brow filled in with the pencil. Now I'm gonna go through really quickly just with my brow brush again and kind of get those hairs back in place and blend out any color that kind of held on to the hair. And I'm going to go in with that powder from the Sculpt and Glow palette. I'm just gonna be using a stiff angled brow brush. And I'm just going to get in a little bit of product and I'm just going to run this through the outer half of my brow first, because I want to concentrate most of the color on the outside. And I'll take a little bit more and fill in the rest of the way. I like to fill them in with powder because I feel like that makes them look a little bit more natural. They don't look quite as, I mean, they're defined, but it looks more filled in. It doesn't look as harsh. So I like this contour palette just because it's a really cool toned powder. But any eyeshadow you have, if you have a specific brow product, anything like that matches that brown pencil really well, it'll work. So that is my finished brow. The last step that I always do is I'll go in with some brow gel. This one that I'm using today is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and I really like this one. I also like the new L'Oreal one. I'm not sure what the name is, but it has a very like a really small tip, so it like gets the hairs where they're supposed to be. So that's all I do, guys. I love the look of this. This is really natural, but still really defined, and it just pulls your face together. Okay guys, so that is my video for today. Yeah, I have always like had a weird obsession with brows. I think they just make such a difference on any eye look, any face shape, and it can be really freaking daunting to figure out products that you're supposed to use and the method that you're supposed to use. So hopefully today's video helped you just try to get an idea on how to start filling in your brows. It's definitely not the like the best way or the way you have to do it or the way that you should do it, but this is just the way that I've always done it and I've always liked my brows. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please subscribe so you guys are notified every time that I upload, and I thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.